Okay then guys, so today we've got the first video on the channel with a bit of audio commentary. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at within this detail is the transformation, so we're going to go from this to this. So obviously the main point of today's detail is to debadge this Peugeot 308 GT line. This is my car, just wanted to give it a bit of a cleaner look. I've had a few issues with the wash mitts snagging on the badges, that kind of thing, so I thought debadge it, makes it look a bit cleaner, and then it just saves a bit of hassle. So the first stage that we've gone through is obviously the 2-bucket wash method and a snow foam, just to make sure that the whole car's clean, there's nothing left on the surface, nothing that's going to scratch the paint when it comes to using the fishing wire or the dental floss to get the badges off. So this is just a bit of a time lapse just to go through everything that we've done, just so you can see what we've been doing. 2-bucket wash, we are using a CarPro wash mitt and Carbon Collective Luso shampoo. 2 wash buckets, obviously with the grit guards. And this is just a bit more in-depth section is to show what we've done on the back end of the car. You're going to see from the footage that's shown, the wash mitt does tend to snag on the lettering of the Peugeot on the 308 and on the GT line. I've left the Peugeot badge at the top, the actual emblem. I think that just leaves a little bit of an identity to the back end of the car. But everything else I wanted to get rid of just to make sure it looks a little bit better for me. And then it's just personalising the car as well, so that's something that I wanted to do. Okay, so just following on the rest of the car, making sure everything's covered, going from top to bottom, and then obviously a thorough rinse with the jet wash, get all the suds off, all the muck off, just to make sure that there's nothing else that's going to scratch the paint when it comes to drying and removing the badges. Another quick thing that I like to do, I've noticed this from White Details, take the car out just for a quick 30-second minute drive just around the block, just to clean the brake dust off the pads and the discs. Obviously you can see on the video that the discs are very orange, that's the rust that's come through just from washing it. By doing this, gets the dust off, it doesn't build up, it doesn't get thick, so then when you take the car out after, you're not going to get that dust all over your alloys or your wheel trims, depending on what you've got. Obviously in my case it's alloys, I don't want it ruining the look of it. Bringing the car back, the sensors on the car didn't seem to pick the GoPro up, got a little bit closer than anticipated. Okay, so now moving round, just going to have a look at the badges that we're going to take off. Obviously the GT line, the Peugeot letter in itself. Like I said, we're leaving the Peugeot emblem just to give the back end some kind of character, and the 308. So as I pan across, you can see a little bit of the fluff that's left on the number 3. It's a bit of a pain. So the method that I went with was the hairdryer. Obviously you can either use a heat gun or a hairdryer. I didn't have a heat gun, hairdryer works just as well. And I feel as if the hairdryer is not going to get too hot anyway. It's not going to affect your painting anyway. It's not going to make it bubble or blister. It's probably a little bit safer because it's not going to get as hot. So as you can see, just working the hairdryer around the numbers, just to make sure that all the areas are started to be loosened, the glue or the adhesive underneath has started to melt. Just give it a quick wiggle just to check, and obviously just keep going. Just make sure that you're heating the adhesive up first until the letters are, or the numbers are able to move. You don't want to be doing it while it's still stiff, because otherwise that's when you're going to start pulling the letters towards your paint and you might cause etching or marring or something like that, which we don't want to be doing. Then just running the dental floss underneath the letters. The best thing, the numbers. The best thing that I found to do was to get a lot of the dental floss so that you can wrap it around both fingers, and then that way you've got more control over it when you're going behind the letters or the numbers. So that's the 308 off. Obviously it's left a little bit of residue which we're going to get off. Got a little bit of tar and glue remover. Quick spray onto the cloth and onto the car itself, just allows it to begin to dissolve it, and then just give it a bit of a wipe down afterwards. Obviously this is why we wanted to wash the car first, to make sure that all the dirt was off, and then we're not going to be rubbing anything into the paintwork itself. The only thing that we're rubbing is the adhesive, which is going to come off with the help of a microfiber and the tar and glue remover. moving on to the GT line. This one was a little bit more difficult, just because there wasn't as much of a surface area to work around. Obviously the badge is solid, but we got it off. Same process again. Patience with the hairdryer to make sure that it's all warm and heated up, and then the dental floss and the tar and glue remover, and then same again with the Peugeot lettering on the top. That was probably the easiest one to get off, just because there wasn't as much adhesive underneath it. So once we've done that, give it a quick polish. So as you could see from when the letters or the numbers have been taken off, there was a bit of residue. The tar and glue remover got the bulk of the adhesive off, but this just makes sure that there's no dirt or no markings or marring behind from where the letters have been pulled off. So this just makes sure that the area is fully corrected if there was any minor defects from removing the badges or the numbers or anything like that. Just giving it a quick hand polish. There's no real need to get a dual action out or any kind of machine polisher. For the size of the badges, this was perfect. I was using Chemical Guys VSS Scratch and Swirl Remover. Again, just a microfiber cloth. Just rubbing it in. Going in all directions, up and down, side to side, and then in circular motions. Just to try and replicate the actions of a machine polisher. And obviously once we've done that, and we polished all three areas, so the area under the 308, under the GT line, and then the Peugeot lettering itself. We grabbed another microfiber cloth just to wipe everything down, just to remove any further overspray from the tar and glue remover, any more polish that we'd left behind that we'd not rubbed in, just to make sure that all the areas were fully wiped down and there was nothing that was going to be left on the paint to stain it. Obviously this is not a how-to guide, this is just how I've done it based on videos that I've seen from other people. The best person that I've seen to do it is White Details. I tried to replicate his methods a lot. I found that's the best way, and that's the best results that I've achieved with washing, with polishing, everything like that. That's my go-to channel for trying to figure out new things. So I'll leave the link to his channel in the description. Most people should be subscribed to him because he's one of the detailing gurus as such. But yeah, as I said, just another quick wipe down, making sure that everything's off. And that pretty much concludes the video. So that's the start to finish process of debadging the car. So obviously you want to start with your wash, make sure that everything's cleaned off properly, there's nothing left behind, especially in the area that you're going to be working on. So the three things that you're going to need are a source of heat, so that could be a hairdryer or a heat gun. You've then got dental floss or fishing wire to be able to get underneath your badges to bring them off, tar and glue remover, and then a little bit of polish just to go back over the area that you've worked on. So there we go guys, that's concluding the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, there's going to be plenty more videos to come. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll see what's next.